lady would ask me to put on got married, I think.
Again, right?
Word.
Yeah,
Like the maid, I guess.
Then I couldn't stop crying.
I look so dumb for accepting these things. Guys are our safe space. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with for today's video, we are doing like a girl talk type of video where we get open and honest with you guys and we eat, which is the best part.
Yeah.
So we ordered food from. We're super excited. We ordered a couple of things. I hope they taste good because this is my first time trying it and she's
I've tried it
it
before.
obviously.
It's really good.
Let's take the food out and get started.
Guys, make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment. Also tell us how you like this video so she can maybe make more of them.
We ordered food and it is just our luck.
And it's so disappointing.
We basically ordered food for my mom as well. And we ordered 3 veg and 1 non-veg. And we ended up getting 2 veg, 2 non-veg. So we're trying to call the restaurant up and they don't want to pick up for some reason. So let's hope they fix that immediately.
And I ordered veg. You fool. We sincerely empathize with your issue regarding the wrongness.
Fuck off, I'm done with this. So Avni and I, we are cousins.
Yeah.
But we're more so like, I think,
Siblings like proper
siblings. The reason is simply because कि हम ना जहाँ भी ये जाते हैं मैं follow करती हूँ. Like let's say if she lived in this building, I would live in this building. If she went to another building, I would go or she would go. So we've always been together and we're just 5 years apart.
Yeah.
So being together so much, we spent so many hours together that we're very, very close. And that also means we have a lot of shared trauma.
A lot of shared trauma, a lot of shared secrets, shared situations, and today we're gonna open up about our problems.
Our family, maybe it is universal as well, they pick people to pick on.
They do.
Like for the longest time, for years and years, I was being picked on for various things. My weight being one of them, the way that I looked, like I mentioned before, also they would compare me to this one
Other
person and
people,
say
yeah.
that you look like that, indirectly calling me ugly and stuff. And then eventually, with time, it got worse.
But I think most of it is jealousy and insecurity.
I think they're always projecting
towards
it.
themselves, which they try to project on us in a lot of ways, in a lot of manners. Like the sad part is that we can't really even do anything about it because it's family. अभी कोई बाहर का आके बोलता तो दो रैपड़ पड़ी तो बैठ जाते वहीं पर. But when your own family does it, you know, like the people who you're safe around, the people who you genuinely
Supposed to be
trust,
safe around, yeah.
who you trust, who you know, यार कुछ भी हो जाए, they'll be there for me at least. दोस्त छोड़ के चले जाए, भाई बहन छोड़ के चले जाए, वो लोग तो रहेंगे at least. Then you get it from them.
When you expect your blood to be the ones that stand by you through thick and thin, and they're the ones giving you the backlash, so you can't really expect much from people. So तुम्हारा like you lose hope कि anybody is going to be good
Exactly.
to you. You know.
So you start expecting only low, like your expectations drop. That's the worst
At
part.
least that way they can only get higher.
Sure, yeah.
Not only that, my confidence for the longest time, for years and years and years, were so low. I would not look at myself in the mirror. I would wear makeup to sleep. I was doing stupid shit. And then they're the same people who will be like, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? When they are the ones who put your
Exactly.
confidence
And
low,
the
that makes no sense.
worst part is, like when you're fat, they'll be like, भाई पतले हो जाओ, ये हो जाओ, वो हो जाओ. फिर जब तुम you finally you're like confident in your skin, you're confident in your body, you do what you want to do, they'll be like, अरे यार तू मोटी अच्छी थी, मैं तो पतली क्यों हो गई? I can't even cuddle you, हड्डी हो गई, ये चुभती है, ये वो.
Malnutrition.
क्या है तुम्हें?
No, they call me malnutrition, which is not a word I think. It's malnourished. Crazy. It's a lot of projecting insecurity. So if anybody is watching, just know that तुम्हारी problem नहीं है. लोग अपनी
सबकी
insecurities तुम पे
problem
project
यही है,
करेंगे.
वही. Like you just don't speak to them anymore. But that's also like impossible because you all are part of the same family and if you don't speak to each other, it's like weird.
When that happens, like with me, I cut a lot of people off. As in, I'm not very close to people. I'm close to her family. Cut myself off in a way that I don't speak to people. My distance करना शुरू किया सबसे.
True.
But now, I'm being called egoistic.
Yeah.
And the craziest part is they're calling you egoistic for not reacting to their drama and their bullshit.
Exactly.
When in reality, I have built like this wall up. Like I'm not going to be affected because I'm so used to it. So I don't really let their
And
noise.
they do it more to get you affected.
But I'm not.
But then when you're not getting affected, it affects them
egoistic.
more. Yeah.
Exactly. They call you egoistic. And when I react, that is an issue.
When she was younger, I was like even younger. So like I had no idea that she was going through all of this. But now that I am older and she's obviously elder to me, she knows what I'm going through and she looks back to it and she's like, oh my god, they're doing the same thing to you.
But I feel the best part is that I'm there to like support her.
Yeah.
And give her advice because I've been there, done that. I had nobody supporting me. And I was dealing with it by myself, and I'm the type of person who's very introverted. मैं share नहीं करती अपनी चीजें लोगों के साथ. So having her deal with it, but being there for her makes me feel like
You're healing your inner child.
Inner child,
Yeah.
exactly.
I used to be so like, in my shell because I was always like, oh my god, I'm fat, nobody likes me, oh my god, I'm fat. क्योंकि मैं मोटी हूँ, क्योंकि I have a lot of weight put on or whatever. People don't like me, they don't like to touch me, they don't like to be around me because that's the way how people made me feel. The fact that I got through high school, like middle school, elementary school trolling is like a big deal because then I turned out to be this strong girl.
As you should.
So,
I think your traumas build you as a person. Like everybody universally is always going to judge you, but I think when you find your right group of people, the ones who are not going to put you down. Because in school, like I said, हमने इतना normalize कर दिया था family में कि we would carry that with us with our friendships as well.
True.
Growing up, I realized even if I have like one friend or two friends,
yeah.
they are going to be like quality friends, will stand by me through anything. People these days, they just want what will benefit them. अगर तुम्हारे पास, they'll go where the grass is greener. अगर ये अच्छा, I'll go to that person.
Exactly.
They don't have something, they'll dump you, and it's really sad. But
Because I've gone through it, I don't do it to anybody else. Like it makes me a better person in that way because I know what other people might feel if I do it to them.
I truly thought of it like it will get better. Like I thought of it like years later, I will regret doing anything now. So I need to think of the visions I have in my head. Like I want to become something in life, and I want to show every single person who's ever put me down
Look how
that
far she's gone.
I'm a bad bitch.
So proud of you for
and
that.
that's the same thing you should also think because, or anybody watching, like surround yourself with good people, even if it's 2-3 people.
So I think this incident that took place in 4th grade, and I was a baby, okay, but it was still not okay for them to do stuff like that. This guy, in our school, they used to do Harry Potter, like Gryffindor, Slytherin, and
Yeah.
Hufflepuff and all those stuff. And I was, I think, in Slytherin in 4th grade, and there was this guy in my group, and that's how we had started speaking and all, right? I used to really like him because I thought his personality was great, and not like him in the way, कि crush है वैसे, मतलब like him as a person.
Admire him as a person.
Admire him as a person and as a friend, and I really genuinely thought he was my friend and all that stuff. Included me and stuff, where in 4th grade I used to get bullied. So that was new for me, like people including me into things, And that guy including me, it made me like sort of, affection towards him.
Soft side.
Yeah, it's like soft side. And one day, like I had this best friend in 4th grade, like very close. And she was also like me, like she was like fat. That's why we actually vibed because we both used to get bullied on. And this guy randomly, I think, speaks to her and he goes like, "Avni kitni moti hai aur wo kitni bhais jaisi hai." And he said like a lot of bullshit, okay? And it's okay, like it doesn't bother me anymore. And I got to know about it and I couldn't stop crying. Like I cried like for a week straight, and I'm not joking, I'm not over exaggerating. Who genuinely was my first friend, like like a popular guy who was like my friend, said something like so bad about me. That happened, and then guess what? Like in 7th grade, and I didn't give a fuck about what anybody else said and all that. Like when I got through the bullying stage, that guy tried to be friends with me again.
If you're watching this, screw you for
Screw
making her
you.
go through that.
For real.
Thing is, you can't fix anybody. Same with relationships. We both dealt with awful relationship situations. If you haven't seen my story time, go watch that. We both dealt with like awful people that we stayed and held on to because we thought we could fix somebody who did not want to be fixed. So you want to share a little bit about it?
Basically, not that this person matters to me anymore, but it's been like almost 3 years, right? This guy is the only guy who I used to love. He was one person who I could trust the most, and at that time I wouldn't even trust my best friend that much, how much I trust this guy. I started like healing because I got to know a lot of shit about him that he did to me throughout the relationship. So I was like, okay. And it took me really long to heal from this guy, like 1.5 years. I wasn't over him. Like the first time I saw him with some girl, it freaked me out. Like I got all crazy. Like I was like,
You got out of it.
I got out of it somehow.
And how did you manage to?
I think you were like a very big part of healing me and my friends, of course. I don't think if you or them, if they were not there for me, I don't think what I would have done. Like I swear to God, like last year was so difficult for me.
I'm so proud of you for getting through. On that same note, I feel like where you shared things with me, I was in a position where I was so embarrassed with things that had happened to me that I couldn't even share it. Because I looked so dumb. Genuinely, I looked so dumb for accepting these things. Not even accepting. I had like, my coping mechanism was ki, if I don't think about it, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So I was not thinking about it and I accepted a lot until that person chose to leave. Like until that person and I like got done is when I knocked some sense into me.
I think that is what we do. Like we don't realize it, and then when they leave, when we were supposed to like leave them like long ago, but we didn't, and then they leave, and then we're like, shit, like he left me. How could he leave me? Like I should have left him, right?
And if you are dealing with a similar situation, promise me, no matter how much they beg, you will not go back to that person, because at the end of the day, they leave because they think they have like an advantage over you, which shouldn't be the case. And so I was in such a negative headspace, Avni, I'm not joking. I went for this like modeling course, okay? So one important thing is crying heals everything, because this person had done me so wrong, no? I just needed to get over the attachment. So I cried. During Cocoberry, I would set a 5-minute timer every single night because you have to look your best. Obviously, 5-minute timer or like 2-minute timer, and I would cry and I would stop because my bags, when I cry, become huge. So I couldn't cry and really like express myself fully. So once that got over, I cried and I got over that person like this. Within a month, I was done. I think I'd ever put myself in a situation like that ever again where anybody can disrespect me because you always come first. And I hope you always remember that. But at least I'm in a very healthy relationship because I feel respected and cared for. So do you want to talk about the first time you got your periods, since this is a girl talk?
Oh god, it was such a funny story.
Was it?
I was in 5th grade and this teacher, she was like always talking about periods. Always like, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it this year. I'm like, bro, okay, chill out. Because she used to say it so often. I used to always be like, am I getting it, bro? Am I getting it? And then one random day, there was like annual day practice or something down, and I was sitting in the stilt area, like cool place, like tiny place there. And
Cool? It wasn't cool at all.
Cool in the sense like the weather.
It was a chill area.
Chill area, yeah. We were there, and I'm just sitting there waiting for my turn to come, and then suddenly one of my friends just, I don't know why she was looking at me for some reason, and she's just like, oh, I think you got a period.
I don't think you bleed from here. I think you bleed from the back.
My pant was stained here for some reason.
Oh, okay.
She just goes like, I think you got a period. I was like, oh.
What is that? What? You didn't have a pad or anything?
I didn't. At that time I didn't. Then I checked, I'm like, oh shit, it's actually red. I went to the washroom, and when you get your period for the first time, it's not like red, right? Like I literally walked home like this, like literally like spreading my legs, and I took my jacket. I removed my jacket, I tied it on my waist, and I walked home like this, like a
so penguin. You didn't do anything about it?
No, because I didn't have a pad, and it was time of disposal, so everybody was leaving anyways. And then when I went home, my mom was not there at home. I had to deal with it alone. I was like, oh fuck, I don't know how to do this.
So what did you do? Ask Papa?
Ask Dadi. She also didn't know how to do it. Like she didn't, because they are like,
old school.
Old school.
For me, the first time it happened, I didn't realize.
When did it happen?
Like 4th grade.
You were at home?
5th grade. I was at home, it was night, and I was bleeding, okay? I was having a bath, and I would do this thing, I can't mention it. It's not bad, I promise. So, I didn't realize it was blood. Like, I was bleeding. But I thought I hurt myself there.
What?
Yeah, and it's obviously not the most normal thing to think, but for some reason, I was not fully aware of periods. Like, with you, your teachers were like, period. Yeah. My mom also spoke about it. I used to joke around with her regarding it, and I would make fun of her. Karma got me actually, but seriously. So I got my period, and I thought I hurt myself. And then it went away the next day. So I don't know if I actually hurt myself or if I got my period. But how would I hurt myself is a question I don't know.
So what is your opinion on situationship?
Not nothing really. I feel like if a situationship lasts longer than a month, it's heading nowhere. Like a month and a half, 2 months, Nothing. They're not heading any. You know what a demisexual person is, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm very much that. Basically, what demisexual means is that you are attracted to people that you're emotionally attached with, I guess. Something like that. Me personally, hookup culture is not my thing. Like a fling type of thing is not my scene.
What's your opinion on polygamy?
Polygamy is like having like an open relationship.
No. Polygamy is like having 3 people in a relationship.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's like an open relationship.
No, but like only 3 of them. You know, have you seen
I
Big Boss?
prefer a monogamous relationship. Yeah, those two, no?
Those 3
Those
people,
3,
yeah.
and he got married, I think.
Again,
to another
right?
girl, to
Yeah,
like
I've
the
heard.
maid, I guess.
Maid?
Yeah, that's what
Really?
Mama said. I think so.
Oh god.
Or the babysitter. How about the internet? I feel like the internet was made like a thing when I was maybe in like the 5th grade, 6th grade.
Internet
literally.
blows my mind away every time you speak about it. Like you discover so many things like every day. Even though I'm in the Gen Z, I don't fucking get it. Like I cannot understand the
Really?
Yeah.
I got it the second I was in it. I was like, this is my jam. Anyway, I used to play this game called Yovil, turned into Yo World, religiously a lot. My mom used to go for work, obviously. My dad was in another country. So it was just me at home with this maid. Okay, this Didi. And she was a few years older to me. She was probably my age right now when she was working for us, like 21. And this lady, 11 years old, 10 years, okay? This lady would ask me to put on
What?
so she could watch it.
What the fuck?
And I didn't realize it. So I used to put it on for her and I would like mind my own business. She's like, wo dalo na. I'm like, what? And then she would ask me to put it. And I would put it on for her and I would like give her some time to do it. Not do something, but she would just watch it. And I was on my phone or like doing something. Mainly I was, because at that time, you know, you had those, you probably don't know. But there used to be like these routers, like internet connected to Wi-Fi through a router.
Oh.
There was no like Wi-Fi like we have now. Basically, that router was there. So anything I did, I could only do through that. Like my phone did not have internet, at least at that time. So she would put on and watch it while I was just there.
That's crazy.
And I never noticed it. Other than that, I was like exposed to a lot of things
At a
very
very
early.
young age,
Because the internet was my place. I was like a Stan account, I did a lot. So it was really weird because I met a lot of weird people as well. But then I also made a couple friends. Guys, I've never shared this before, but I used to have like a Twitter fan account and stuff, and like a normal account as well.
Oh.
And these older people, knowing that you're completely a minor, okay, would ask me like, have I ever seen this? And I was like, I don't even know what that means. Like, I don't know what was the word they used, but they said, do you know what this is? I'm like, no. And like, my message requests were filled with like random videos of people, you know, men. It was weird. Like, even on Keek was this app where we would make videos and stuff. Like, I would make videos of me doing my makeup and cute things. My DMs were always filled with disgusting men, knowing that I'm a complete minor, 10-year-old sending those videos. But the thing is, I never knew what that was. So the internet has both good sides and bad sides. For me, it was really good because I met a lot of people, but at the same time, these weird shit have happened.
That's what, you know, these people ruin it so much. Instagram and TikTok was like my place where I used to like be like, like with like them open. There was this one girl in specific on Instagram. I will not take her name, but that bitch like commented on my post and she said like some horrible things about me, and my friends stood up for me, and like that was the first time I ever witnessed somebody not liking me on Instagram or TikTok. So like I was like always like, yeah, I look so good in it. Like yeah, I did. That's why I stopped posting. Like that is when my confidence really dropped. Yeah, I put up this post and there was a challenge going on, like tag 10 beautiful girls, and I tagged her also, and she commented that on my, she was fat shaming me or something when you were there.
You know what Omegle is?
Yeah.
So when I was shifting,
God.
I had these 2 to 3, 4 girls in IG. As much as I've had bad experiences in IG, I had these like a core group of girls that I was best friends with, okay? And I was in CB and they were in IG. So I just come to IG and there was this whole meeting about something regarding Omegle. So the exams had gotten over and they had gone to the mall and they were just checking Omegle out, okay?
Yeah.
Like what's up? And you know, Omegle is a type of place where a lot of people show their...
Yeah.
And I think they were on there and somebody flashed them.
Oh god.
and I think one of the girls found out about it and she complained to the parents, and then the parents made up like a whole scene and everybody was against them for something that was not even their fault. Omegle, we are not curious as kids. We wanted to try different things,
Definitely.
and Omegle was trending, so it's crazy. I think the internet is a very scary place.
Okay, what is your biggest fear, like in general?
Drowning. I hate drown. Like
Drowning.
I am so claustrophobic. I feel like I can't do it. Like even the thought of it scares me. Like maybe in my past life I may have died.
Drowning.
If people believe in past life, I think it's a thing.
I think it's a thing too.
And in my dreams, like for the longest time, I don't know what this is, but I was so scared of lifts because I would always have dreams about being in this lift, okay? And it always falls and it hits like a dome shaped thing. Like it hits that and I end up dying. I wake up and I don't die, but I still
Like you had this
at least
multiple times.
multiple times.
That's crazy.
Like, is it a glimpse from my past? I'm not sure, but I always get these. I think it's damn weird, no?
Yeah.
Like, that's not normal.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you all get those dreams? I've heard like people actually, get dreams from their past lives and like glimpses of those. Like people actually speak about it and I'm like, fuck, bro, that's freaky. Like,
Do you have dreams? Like, you know what deja vu is, right?
yeah.
Like, I've had dreams, like specific dreams that have happened in real life, and I'm like, I've heard this song before, like this has happened before. Like in my dream, that I was doing things years ago. I was dreaming of things I'm doing now, but I dreamt of it like years ago, and then as it's happening, like let's say I'm in the classroom in school and something is happening, somebody says the exact same thing I've dreamt of. Like I know I'm dreaming it, but I don't know how it is. I think that's just deja
That's
vu.
crazy.
But does that happen with you? Like you dreamt of something and it's happened in real life?
No. I wish it happened. It hasn't.
Let's also talk about like career goals, because given the family we are in, our family is mainly in the industry, like film industry, television industry,
Very
the show
ambitious
business.
people, I must tell you.
It's in the blood. So growing up, I always wanted to be an actor, which I still do, and I hope one day I can be. But then at the same time, doing something like YouTube, I'm very passionate about. मुझे ये करना है, मुझे कुछ बनना है YouTube में, and I will do everything in my power to do well on YouTube. But I never took it that seriously as much as I am right now.
Exactly.
So, this is not the conventional career option, correct? Like, not a lot of people would understand it, but I feel like my mom and dad both extremely supportive.
So supportive.
Which is crazy because it's not
Crazy.
conventional. So, I think I'm very privileged in that way. Ki my family, like my mom is constantly like helping me with my outfits, like ideas, like set up
She
everything.
literally set up this entire background for us.
Yeah.
Which is so nice of her.
My
Love her
dad
so much.
also, he's always giving me advice, and then he got this camera for me, and they're both just so supportive, and I feel
so
like
great.
the privilege is so real, and I'm so grateful I'm at a point in life where I have
That's
people
right.
that are so supportive around me, including family members
Definitely.
and you guys that I love so much. So love you, Pookie.
I have, like, since 7th grade, I've always wanted to be an interior designer.
I know.
And it has been, like, on my dream list. Like, I can do anything. I can bloody sell a kidney to be what I want to be right now.
Kidney.
Being an interior designer has been my goal for the longest time, I think. And I think in this generation, a lot of people are, doubtful about what they want to be. But touch wood, like literally, I swear, I am so like lucky to have, people around me, like my family and everybody, reassuring me constantly कि तुम कर सकती हो, तुम कर सकती हो, तुम बन सकती हो, तुम बन सकती हो. मतलब like in 7th grade, interior designer was not the it job. Like nobody,
Yeah.
people thought that they don't earn that much. People thought they're not that creative. They didn't, like, people didn't think big of interior designers in general. But my entire family, including Masi, including my mom, dad, of course, my parents, were very, very supportive with it. Even though I had to like fight some battles after 10, like to get into this college, but my mom, dad was so supportive, and I'm so grateful to have them in my life. And I think they're my biggest support system like ever. I don't think I will ever be able to pay them back with it, but all I want to do is become a successful interior designer, make them happy, make them have like enjoy their old age.
Obviously, we made it very clear we're very privileged and we're grateful for the things that we have. Yeah. Anyway, you guys, this was a little girl talk, like chit chat, get to know us a little bit, hang out with us, and get a little personal with us. So,
Yeah.
if you guys like this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I hope,
Comment.
yeah, and I really hope this video helped you guys get closer to us because we had a lot to talk about, and
Yeah,
it got really
clearly.
personal. And you guys are our safe space. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
I
And
hope
if
you all did. I hope you all get a little bit more confidence by us speaking out on all these topics. And I hope you all stand up for yourselves.
We love you,
We love
and
you.
you'll get through this no matter what it is you're going through. You're not alone. We got your back. If you guys want, you can always DM us.
Yes.
We love you. Bye.
Bye.